right. Well, it's so great to be joined here by Roxanne and Rich from the Alexander Dawson School at Rainbow Mountain. Thank you both for taking a few minutes to take some time to talk about this important position. It's been so fantastic to work with both of you on the Director of Digital Learning and Technology search. I have to say that your school is absolutely incredible. The campus is gorgeous, and the team is an outstanding team to be working with. So our visit about a couple of weeks ago was so wonderful, and I'm still blown away by everything that you're all doing there. So it's an exciting time for your school. I want to kind of start by beginning with having you both talk a little bit about your background. Kind of how long have you been working at the school, and what brought you there?
Sure. Well, thank you, Erin. We appreciate this opportunity to talk about Dawson, and it was such a pleasure to have you here in person on our campus. I'm Roxanne Stansbury. I'm head of school. This is my fifth year in the position as head of school, but I actually started with Alexander Dawson 25 years ago when we first opened, where I had to wear a hard hat just to go on the tour. And so, what brought me to the school is quite honestly, I was just new to Las Vegas. I was not familiar with independent schools at that time in my career. And when I went on this tour and I heard, every intentional decision that was being made based on what's best for kids, I just fell in love, kind of hook, line, and sinker.
So my name is Rich Lair. I'm the Director of Academic Innovation and Design here at Dawson. This is my fourth year, and I think it's probably important for me to share, in addition to being an administrator, I am also a teacher and I write curriculum for some of our design tech courses. I'm also the father of two current Dawson students. So I have a son in 8th grade and a daughter in 7th grade. And also my wife is about to become our assistant head of middle school. So our whole family is here. We bought into Dawson as just an amazing place for us personally, professionally, in terms of our family as well. What brought me here? Dawson is actually my 7th school that I've been at. I've been in education a long time, and what brought me here was essentially I had a career, started as a science teacher, but then moved into design education, tech education, and some of the successes that I had at previous schools. Dawson realized that there might be potential for us to expand those things here, and so I was brought on to head up really two things: create a design technology program, and you can kind of see I'm in our middle school design lab, which is
Yeah.
one of the initiatives that I was involved. We also have a lower school design lab that is a comparable parallel space to this. So I head up our design tech work, but I also oversee our school's project-based learning initiative. And prior to coming to Dawson, I had also done some consulting with PBL Works, training teachers how to do project-based learning. So we've brought those experiences here, and we have a PBL project-based learning initiative here at Dawson as well.
All right. Well, wonderful. And thank you so much. And when you get an opportunity to see a space that Rich is in, it is amazing and mind-blowing. So it's everything that you would want in an innovation space like that. So let's kind of start to talk about the role and kind of what is the importance of the role, and what are those things that this person is going to be doing there. Rich, how about we start with you?
Great. Yeah. So I'm sure that people who are applying for the position can get a good sense of the role, but it is really a dual role. We're looking for somebody to really take the lead on our ed tech work. We have excellent things happening in the field of education technology here. We have super users as our faculty. I think we often speak about our design technology as kind of the spear point of some of the really exciting things that we're doing with technology, having kids use tech in really authentic ways to not only complete work, but also to engage with community and affect change in their community and their world. So certainly we are looking for somebody who has deep education tech experience and also some leadership experience. And then there's also the infotech side as well. So we're looking for somebody with strong infotech background. And we have we actually have both teams of ed tech people, but we also have a very capable tech team who does a lot of our systems administration, and we're looking for somebody to lead that component of the position as well. Roxanne, do you want to add in anything there?
No, I think you pretty much covered it. You know, it is one of those positions that would be key to being a teacher leader and in understanding how that change process works for educators is really important and meeting them where they're at. I know we value that personalization of making sure that PD is delivered in a way that it's helping everybody reach a little bit beyond their comfort zone.
Wonderful.
Mhm.
So I guess, as you're looking kind of forward in the future, what are some of those exciting things that are coming on the horizon for the Alexander Dawson School?
Yeah. Well, our theme right now is accelerating our momentum because we are headed into our new strategic direction, and that begins this July. And so we're sunsetting our last 5 years. We've taken this whole year to really dig into the conversations with lots of different constituent groups about where, people have a voice and choice and where our school is headed. And we're landing in some really exciting, I think, new ventures. Very specifically, we're looking at three conceptual um, aspirations. The first one is called Amplifying Connections. Dawson is a school that, from the very core of our fabric, we are about relationships, belonging work, and making sure people feel seen and valued if you're on this campus. And we have some ideas on how we can really build those connections even beyond Dawson's walls. Our next conceptual aspiration is leading future excellence. And this is an area where I think Dawson has put a stake in the ground to say, we're not going to do what schools have always done. We don't think it's very responsible to turn our kids into a workforce with schools that are pretty traditional in how they're equipping our students with those competencies that they need to really be future ready. So we are really defining what that new excellence looks like in this next strategic plan. And then finally is the exciting one, and it's called Unlocking New Horizons. And this is where we get to dream about, what can this space look like? What can the program look like? The people. We've got a campus plan renderings that we are now moving into the entitlement phase for a teaching kitchen that extends and beyond our organic garden, a new wellness center that will be part of our showcase gym. We have an expansion plan for our early childhood that also includes an entire outdoor learning center where we can bring nature into their everyday classroom and learning. So lots going on that we have in our vision for the next 5 years.
Yeah, so much.
Can I add on a couple of things there, Aaron?
Yeah, go ahead, Rich.
When you asked like what's on the horizon for this position, I think we're at a real crux point with Dawson and our where we're heading, especially with our tech. So I think there's actually a lot of parallels between the position that we're hiring for and also my position, the Director of Innovation and Design. In both those positions, we are trying to capitalize on some of the excellence that we already have happening here at Dawson, but just kind of take it to the next level. And in the same way that I was brought to Dawson and allowed to take some of the best of my experiences and then just allowed to really allow things that have been shown to be educationally sound and really work for kids and just really develop them. And we often talk here about the importance of people, place, and program, right? And so with our design tech, we have those things all locked in place. We have amazing programming in which kids use design and technology for authentic real world applications. We have the people, we have amazing folks who work in our tech areas and our design areas. And we also have the spaces that we're creating for amazing work to happen. And so I think we're looking for this position in terms of thinking what's on the horizon for this person to have some vision for where the future of technology is going, and then to be able to work with us to really realize that vision. We're a school that is thinking very hard, not just about next year, but we're thinking 5, 10, 15 years down the road. And how can we prepare our kids to be excellent contributing members of society once they graduate Dawson? And I think we actually have some really interesting things happening. I'll put this out there. So one of our tech initiatives has just won a national award. If any of the applicants are looking, know about the Atlas organization. So that's the Association for Tech Leadership in Independent Schools. We
Right.
just won one of their big awards. It's called the Visionary Excellence Award, and it's just for people who are disrupting, who are inspiring change and how technology can be used in schools. And so we're going to take 8 students to Atlanta to receive that award. And I think that's really that's kind of the shot across the bow that we're doing stuff that is becoming nationally and internationally recognized in the field of tech education. And we're looking for somebody to just join that team and be as much a thought partner as a contributor to that team as well. So we also have some really interesting partnerships going. We have a class called the Dawson Design Company, where kids basically use design technology to integrate design and entrepreneurship and service. And so we have a deep partnership with an organization called the Tyler Robinson Foundation that supports families that have been impacted by pediatric cancer. And so our design kids essentially run a design business, and then all proceeds go to support that organization. And so,
Amazing.
yeah, we're really interested, certainly in having our kids learn technology and use technology in effective ways, but we're also looking for ways for kids to use technology to really affect change in their communities, and that'll be a key part to this role as well. So.
Wonderful. And I'll tell you, walking the building and seeing everything and talking to people, you definitely get that feel. It's not a school that is just going to sit and do the traditional things. They're going to do the things that are best for kids, and that's the focus of it. And then you really get that feel there. And I mean, to Rich, I'm looking forward to seeing all the kids. I got the opportunity to talk to a couple of those students that are going to be presenting at the Atlas conference, and I'm excited to be able to see them in Atlanta when I'm there, also at that conference. So, but yes, amazing work that you're doing there. So tell me, kind of, what is the type of person that you're looking for this position, and kind of, who's gonna be that one that's going to be taking you and the school to the next level?
Yeah, I always think about those mindsets that our founder displayed. So we are a foundation school, and our founder's name was G.B. Henderson. And he just had this mindset where he just learned from others. He had this zest for lifelong learning like no other person, I think, that has walked this earth, to the point that when he was 80 years old, he just decided to learn how to fly a helicopter. And he also wanted to learn how to tap dance. So he had a ballroom floor put into his underground house. Um, and we try to cultivate that spirit in the people that we hire, people who are flexible thinkers, people who are creative solutionaries. Um, and we really push each other to say, this is what collaboration looks like, and let's really lean into making others look good, but also just, deep listening, learning, being able to inspire and build some excitement around trying some things in those instructions and some of the PBL units that Rich is working with teachers on. I see our director of digital learning and technologies being able to come in and layer some of those technology skills that just elevates those connections kids are able to make as they're trying to understand the world around them.
Yeah, it's funny,
Well,
Aaron. I was just looking through the job description, and if people who are watching this video take a look at the personal and leadership qualities, they're sort of at the end of the description, but I thought those really nailed it. Like, certainly we're looking for somebody who's super buttoned up just in terms of the tech side of things. They know the field of security and systems, but we are also looking for somebody who is just going to be an amazing team member that will allow the rest of us to like collaborate with them and to flourish. The descriptions there that really leapt out at me were like a facility with communication and interpersonal relationships.
Mhm.
The person in this position will intersect with all constituents in our school, from students to faculty, other admin team members, as well as parents as well. I really like the fact that we included passion for innovation there. We are an exciting faculty. We are proud of the work that we're doing. occasionally it's a little bit, a lot of things are percolating up. One of the things that really prompted us to think that we needed somebody in this position was just the arrival of AI, and how does a school navigate both the challenges and the risks of AI, but how do we leverage AI to really prepare our kids to be just fully contributing members of society once they graduate here. You'll probably see a lot about change management in the position. We're a school that is just doing excellent things, but we're also looking to improve upon the things that we're doing. And I think there's a lot of potential for the person in this position to not only help the faculty grow, but also to grow themselves.
And I would add to that, Rich, it's the ethical side of using technology as well. We really want to make sure that somebody that comes through in this position, has some of the research about where ed tech has not been able to accelerate student achievement, and in some cases hindered student wellness. So just being well versed in that research is helpful, because we do not want to be a school that just uses tech for tech reasons, or just for the sake of tech, or because it's shiny and engaging. We want it to be deep, meaningful connections for our kids.
Yeah,
Well,
actually, I would echo that, being the father of a 14-year-old. And I think if you polled our faculty, you would find the same thing, that we're looking for faculty members and staff members who can help kids balance. Certainly learn the tools of tech and find out how to use them in constructive and important ways, but also that we understand that tech is not the solution for everything, and that we are looking for somebody who will help our community be much more sort of judicious and thoughtful about our tech use, as opposed to, as Roxanne, sort of chasing every new app that is released.
Yeah.
right.
One of my favorite things that Rich does, sorry, Aaron, is
No, you're good.
a class called Tech for Good. And I think just the
Yes.
title there says, how you can leverage it for the
Right.
positive. The other piece is everybody on campus teaches. I teach, Rich teaches. We all have some component of staying connected to kids. And so I'm looking for somebody that's like, I'm really excited because I could teach
Yes.
this insight rotation class, or this club, or this elective. And it's a minimal amount of teaching, but it does keep that passion for
Right.
instruction alive here.
Yeah. Well, wonderful. And I just want to thank you both so much for taking your time today to talk with us about and your insights about the school and everything around this position. We're excited to continue to work with you on this. And thank you so much for being here today.
Yes, thank you.